Om Sahanayavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahabijam Karavavahai Tejasvina Bodhi Samastu Ma Viddisha Bhai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the Divine Self protect the preceptor and the student of truth. May the Lord nourish our souls with the nectar of eternal truth. May the Supreme Being grant us spiritual strength. May our studies be fruitful in realizing the Eternal One. May love and harmony dwell amongst us. May peace reside there in all and flow over the whole universe. And may there always exist in all peace and real peace alone. Om, peace, peace, peace to all living beings. Om Sinnantu Vishye Amitasya Putraha Aje Dhavani Dibbani Tastu Vedaham Edam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasho Parastvat Tamema Viditta Odimittameti Naino Panta Vidyate Vayanaya. Hear you, the children of immortal bliss, even you that reside in higher plane. I have known the infinite being who is self-effulgent and beyond all darkness and delusion. Knowing him alone can one be saved from death. There is no other way to immortality. So good morning to all of you. Yeah, so I'm not unknown to many of you. Old guy. Old guy. Some people love the new guy, some people may love the old guy. Now it is winter, of course, you know. Still, even now, I make once a year to visit this place, and then I go back and all this thing. I'm retired, as you know, that new Swami has come to Berkeley. So, but I am still with the old group because they want me again to be with them. So they are looking after me and found a place also for me. And I am there without disturbing any of the other centers. Only from time to time, our son Prasiswa Maharaj Swamiji, Tattvamanaji wants me to be there. So especially to perform the celebration, the birthday celebration of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, Vivekananda, and then the worship of Divine Mother Durga and Mother Kali also. So I said, okay, I shall go. And then he had invited me also for the next year, because I stopped going to the Shanti Ashram for a long time because of this I don't like. But then next year, he said that it is a century or something, 100 years worth. So I said, okay, so perhaps I should go in the month of April next year, if I still be alive. And I am now more than 92 years old. And because I believe in goodness, doing something good to the other people also, for my own soul also, so that this way I am now using my time, you can say. However, when the Swami told me that yes, you can come, then I said, okay, I will give a talk. And I said, my talk will be on Bhagavad Gita, on the Bhagavad Gita. He said, oh, all right then. So, when I was in Berkeley, since 85, May, and from 86 onward, for many years, regularly, I used to discuss Bhagavad Gita. So in this way, minimum 3 times, I read the entire Bhagavad Gita. And I must admit to you, I have not been able to enter into the Bhagavad Gita at all. Why? It is knowledge of Brahman. Huh? The most difficult, subject of the whole world. Because if I say anyone, even a young child, what do you do? Say something. He'll tell something. I love my mom, I love my dad and all these things. I eat food and all these things. School children, their subjects. And others may say something else also. So this way is continuing all these things. But when we come to the subject, Brahman, it's difficult. So as I told that I have been giving, taking a class on Bhagavad Gita, years after years after years and all these things. At that time, of course, I was a little busy, to looking after the ashram. Bhakti Center is a small center. And Swami Aparananda knew this, that about the Bhakti Center. But I love to stay there. 25 years I stayed. That in spite of all the problem of Bhakti, there's crazy people. it is across the street. For about, I think, beginning from 1990, I would say, the situation was very bad till I left it. But now, through the grace of Divine Mother, the university has come forward to do something. So, with the help of police force and all these things, they covered the whole park and then clean it and all these things, and all the this side of the road and by the side of the park also, no parking. And all the time, 2 police people are there. So it is much improved that place, in that sense. There is also great teaching, seeing all the people and all. Oh, how many times? 3, 4 times, 5 times I had to call every day police people. Some. And now, when the Divine Mother plays a role, it is like that. Totally. No one can come of that group who have been there for last, how many? 40, 50 years. Creating problems, and then they are thinking it is our right, our land, and all this. We had one member who was doing his PhD in clinical psychology, PhD. So when he was finishing his program, he had to do his last part of his research work with this type of people. He told me about 16 items, restricted drugs by the federal government are regularly sold there. So anyhow, one side of the picture of the life, and the other side is beautiful. Ups and downs, this and then all these things. But then, why I have chosen this year Bhagavad Gita? Because since I'm reading a little seriously, you can say, years after years and after years also, so I believe in Swami Vivekananda's remark about Bhagavad Gita. He said Bhagavad Gita is the divine commentary of all the spiritual literature, Upanishad, Vedas, and all other literature of the world. It's a divine commentary. And it is true. It is true, it is really that there are so many things to know. And Bhagavad Gita means it would never become what is called old. Every time it will appear new, just like Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. If you read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna regularly, you will never feel bored any time. Never feel bored, it is called. So Bhagavad Gita is like that, it is called. So many teaching, and the way, for example, science. Science means knowledge aspect of life. It's called science. To find out the truth about visible universe. This is one. Then the intellectual study and development of intellectualism in different subjects. Not only science, math, chemistry, this, and then other side is the socialism, history, moralities, religion, what not is called. So that means that today the trend of learning or knowledge is to cover the entire aspect of life, including the physical universe. About study of the human beings nowadays, consciousness, all this, I will come later on. So, that is very important. Whatever comes to our perception, to the boundary of our knowledge, you can say, anything that comes. So, that is the subject of study, subject of research work and all this, in various aspects of all these things. Exactly same way also about the truth, finding the truth. So we call it ultimate truth. Why the word ultimate truth is used? I tell you, Swami Aparananda ji, who became very successful in preaching the Vedantic way of thought and thinking in the Bay Area for many years. So beginning from 1931 till he passed away, 1976, I think, like that. 79, I think. But for the last 2 years, he was sick. The basic teachings about the human life. He used to give importance in his teaching on one aspect. I like it very much. It is about every living person belonging to any denomination. What is that? Every person, he or she, must know about himself or herself. What does it mean? the nature of ego. He said that yet every person must know the true nature of every person's ego. Now, right away, another person belonging to another denomination may say it is not, it does not come within the boundary of my religion. He says it doesn't matter. You're a human being, you have got ego. I consciousness is there. You're the human being. You can't deny your existence. So you must know the last word about yourself. What is that? In what we find in the Upanishad. That is say subject to Upanishad, you are Brahman. That you are Brahman. Nowadays, I think that among the young generation, no one will believe in this. But Vivekananda said no. Every person will accept the teaching, accept the truth. The problem is the teacher does not know to approach each and every person. Language. So the people who say, we don't understand all these things, but if a teacher comes, who knows the language of the person, can speak his or her language, can entertain or can illumine his or her intelligence. The person will accept it, the teaching. So Vivekananda says that every person must know, must learn, must get the information about oneself, it is called, about oneself. That immortal nature. In the Bible it is said, what is called the water of eternal life. Anyhow. So it's called the eternal, my immortal nature. I think that no one can deny this thing. The last word about myself. The last word. After that, a person has full freedom to do what he or she wants to do in life. There is no bondage, there is no what is called forcing other people and all these things. This is called. Now everybody says, yes, I know myself very much and all these things. But no, you don't know. If you know about yourself, then your entire perspective or your outlook on life would be changed. That there will be no doubt about your afterlife. The immortality, immortal nature. So freedom. Swami Aparananda says that we have all come from freedom. We live in freedom. We shall go back to freedom. Similarly, Taittiriya Upanishad says, all of us have come from bliss, anandam, bliss, and we are in bliss. And then we shall go back to the bliss also, the source. It's called bitter bliss also. Taittiriya Upanishad is called anandam it is. That's it. However, this is the most important teaching. Now, we begin our life in a different way. We say physical life. Now you open the Bhagavad Gita and try to find out where the divine teacher Krishna has started or mentioned about the beginners of life. I am taking interest in the beginning of my, say, moral life, spiritual life, and all these things. So I may be believing that I am a human being, I belong to the family, their father, mother, and all these things. Okay. Yes, it is true. But my true nature is different. Different. Why should I, then question comes, why should I give time and to go through all the hard tasks of my life? I have to do it. Because this is the nature of the creation. Creation will not allow a single person to sit idle. You must remember. Holy Mother says also, if you sit idle without doing anything, you will find all the ghosts will begin to work on you, which you never, which you never had to think about that time. No time to think of all these things. Oh, they'll jump or all these things. So idea is that till we go back to the source, there is no rest for us. So in Vedanta philosophy, the philosopher used to put certain interesting questions. Then, who is that person really enjoys rest? We'll say, a different answer will say, if I can achieve so many things and all these things, if I become the president of US, very nice, all these things. But nowadays it is found that everything is not stable. It slips away. Whether we want it or not, is the very nature of this world and all these things. So Krishna says that my creative power, it is usually known as Maya Shakti. Yeah, creative power, my creative power is there. So no one can transcend my creative power. Cannot. And the in manifested form of that creative power of the Lord in a living being is I consciousness. So in philosophy, in different religions, the teachers have dealt with the subject to know what is the true nature of I consciousness. Well, why? The normal awareness of I does not exist in my dream state. I see. When I see some dream state or dreaming and all these things, I see. And especially Sushupti. In deepless sleep, it is called that my I consciousness somewhere disappears. But there is experience. The modern psychologists have taken up the subject in a different way. They have their own way of studying and giving the interpretation of all the different facts and all these things. But our Adasa says no. Existence does not mean the visible universe. First, start from the physical, it's called, the gross level. Then it goes to the final level. Then it goes to the finest level. Finest level it is called, level. And beyond that what? We cannot grasp it, but we know. For example, when really I slept well and I feel myself in very fine state, my physical body and mentally also, at rest and all this. So in the Upanishad, the dream state has been discussed. Even the dream state also is discussed in the Upanishad. Bhagavad Gita is different. Bhagavad Gita has dealt with the entire universe. Physical world is there, but most important thing is human being. human being. That, that the Lord, Divine Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, for the stability of this universe, I've created 4 classes with their respective duties. Respective duties. And we know, we have got certain terms like Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Brahmin means those who are endowed with a special power to study the scripture, Veda, Upanishad, and practice them and teach to the other people. In the case of Sri Ramakrishna's father, Khudiram, he knew this thing. He followed, the ancient way of living, being a Brahmin. Being a Brahmin. That means he must be Brahmin through and through, not in chanting or repeating or telling people verses after verse, not like that. But in living the life. So, what can a Brahmin do or follow in life to become a Brahmin in a true sense? There are many strict rules. One is, a true Brahmin must not accept invitation to eat food from other caste. It is not because of hating. Today, in the modern age, the problem of this hate and all this thing. Because it is not the fault of the people. The fault of the teacher. They do not teach how to restrain the emotion. This is the whole problem. They are taught you earn a lot of money in this way, that way. But they don't forget one basic teaching of life. The human being is not a mere physical being. A human being is you can start from what is called mental being, or sensual life, you can say, then intellectual being, moral being, aesthetic being, and last of all, divine being. See? So that means the Brahman in some way or other exists within all living beings, whether I know it or not, So Krishna says that I am alone. In the Bhagavad Gita telling, I am alone. Everything has come out of me. Me of my powers, creative powers. Everything has come of power. So I am everywhere. That is what the Upanishads are telling us. Chandogya Upanishad. What is it? Before this creation, there exists only one consciousness. Sadaiva Sarva, Sat means existence, truth. Only one truth. There is no two truth, only one truth. It's called divine consciousness, everywhere. Whether I like it or not, doesn't matter. Truth is truth. The author of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, Manoj Gupta, he was a really scholarly person. At that time, Calcutta University, had just started. And he was a brilliant student. He became master of 6 subjects. That is why he used to teach students. At one time, he was the principal of three schools. Then later on, he said it is too much. Then he was looking after the one school. And many of the students had gone to Sri Ramakrishna. So he would take them to Sri Ramakrishna, and later on, some of them have become saints. In fact, I think 90% of Sri Ramakrishna's Parshad meant his own people, you can say, used to study in M's school. M school. So M naturally was proud of his knowledge of so many subjects. Even today also we find that someone, perhaps a knowledgeable person would come to show his knowledge, as if we Swamis perhaps do not know many things, but they do not know nowadays. 80% or 90% of our members, the Swamis, are highly qualified. Computer science, technical people, doctor, psychologists and all these things, engineers and all these things. Some of them had a very good job also, all these things. So that is why nowadays, and mathematician also, last of all. One mathematician, he used to start doing his PhD program in math in Berkeley University. I was there that he used to come. And then he became very interested in pure math. In pure math, he would love it, all these things. Then he began to study Vivekananda's literature about our life and our duty in life and all these things. What should we do in our life, for example? So it impressed him very much. So then he thought, yes, this subject which I am studying, pure math, can be used as a service to the society. He was convinced. So I told him that your math, it is in no way connected with spirituality, with Brahman. What is called reality, reality of divine consciousness. Nothing exists other than divine consciousness. So how do you reconcile? He said, no, I can do it. Because it is pure math, finding the truth. Finding the truth. So, I find in Vivekananda teaching is correct. Whatever little you know, give to the people also. Teach others also is called this thing. That way. So there is the one thing that we find it. So M knew so many subjects, and Sri Ramakrishna, all this time he found God. But one thing was there, that Sri Ramakrishna had a tremendous attractive power. Tremendous. The young disciples of Sri Ramakrishna used to say that they used to get instruction, different instruction for Sri Ramakrishna. That you must do like that, you must not do this way, that way. All. The young people are living in a society like Calcutta. Calcutta was the capital of India in those days. That was the cultural centers of the world at that time. That is why incarnation, like Sri Ramakrishna, was living very close to Calcutta. So they say, he naturally we would argue because he's a modern man and modern ideas, modern thought. Why? Then Sri Ramakrishna said only one word, like the Chandogya Upanishad. That before this creation, it was all divine consciousness. So the philosopher came later on, like Shankaracharya, telling that if it is a pure divine consciousness, that in this consciousness, how can it be duality? Means creation. So that must be some power. And that power is objective. Objective means it is not eternal. It is relative. It is relative. Otherwise you cannot say, I mean, that the experience of the illumined soul, that I perceive divine consciousness all the time, and I am that all the time, eternally I am in existence. That experience comes. Then how will you reconcile? Because we see the duality and the varieties of things in the world, behavior, language and all these things. So many things are there. So, Sri Ramakrishna says, Sri Ramakrishna first of all, listen to M's argument. Then say, who are you? You are arguing with me why there should be so much bad things, evil things, wickedness in the society. Why? What is the explanation? Immediately then Sri Ramakrishna said, who are you? Now, it is for the first time, the M heard such a question, challenging, his, you can say, knowledge. Who are you? You are Brahman. The Brahman has become Madhurnath Gupta and behaving in this way, forgetting your true nature. So Brahman has become this. Brahman has become Brahmin. Brahman has become the non-Brahmin. Brahman has become the most beautiful person. Brahman has become the most wicked person of the world. He could answer. It is pure Vedanta. That is why Holy Mother told at one time about Sri Ramakrishna. Whether Sri Ramakrishna was a devotee of the Divine Mother or something else. Holy Mother says, that I promise, I swear that your Guru of Guru, means Sri Ramakrishna, was through and through Advaiti, non-dualist. Non-dualist. It happened in this way. Vivekananda wanted a beautiful cultural center in the Himalaya region, away from the society. So he started there, and put certain rules. There should not be any worship and that. But it would be all study. Study the scripture, study the Upanishad, interpretation, and study of the world religion also. And their interpretations also. Then their philosophy and all this. They should be studied also. So it is all pure learning. And that will be the objective of that place. But young people had gone, before going to that place, they used to stay with Swami Ramakrishna, Swami, and all these things. Ramakrishna, you would be asking them all the time, you go to the shrine and serve Sri Ramakrishna, prepare a very nice, what is called sandal paste, or pluck flowers, and wash it nicely. There should be no germ and all these things, very clean, like that. And there, nothing would be done like that. It's impossible. So what they should do, privately in their own room, they should keep a picture of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy And every day, in Mayavati, there will be flowers. So they pluck a little flowers and put the flowers. So Vivekananda one time, during last time maybe, I don't know, he visited that center, Mayavati. And he was watching what these members are doing. So he entered in the room and he found in room the brahmacharis, the young members were performing privately little worship. He did not tell them anything. Then he called it the head Swami and said, how is it you allow? This is the rule. There should be no physical worship. Let them do meditation, mental worship. Let them do the mental worship. Why should you allow it? Of course, several of them were initiate disciples of Holy Mother. Some or other, they could not accept what Vivekananda was telling them about their spiritual life. So privately they wrote a letter to Holy Mother about the whole thing. Immediately Holy Mother dictated the answer, and it is there. I swear to you, your Guru means Vivekananda, and Vivekananda's Guru means Sri Ramakrishna, whose picture you are worshipping. He was and is and will be all the time Advaiti. Advaiti, worshipping the oneness of existence, meditating on the universal love, meditating on the souls of all souls. That is Sri Ramakrishna. So the entire living beings belong to Sri Ramakrishna. So what the people are feeling, thinking and all these things, they will think as if he himself was doing. He should not do it. So he is always on that level. It is called. So Sri Ramakrishna taught him that you are bringing your own modern thought. Kantism, all these things you have to bring. It is good, but it is not the final conclusion. There are so many truths transcending this kind of philosophical or metaphysical ideas and thoughts. It is what is the basic truth of life. What Ashoka Swami was teaching, that you must know yourself. That will be your last word about yourself, your immortal nature. You must know. After studying, meditating, or learning all these things, you have to develop your sense. What is the proof? Upanishad, Kathopanishad telling. Because our question is that if we say that within the depth of our heart or mind, we say that there is the consciousness, the real divine spirit exists. And we are that. But somehow or other, we are not aware of that truth. We are not aware of the truth, for example. That is our status. But then, if we don't think of our divine nature, our immortal nature, what will happen? So, Ashoka Swami said that we are already in the state of spiritual forgetfulness. He did not use the word Maya and all these things. Practical man. He was practical man. Spiritual forgetfulness. And you will be in that state all through your existence, unless you know about your existence. That you are behind your ego. Ego is not independent. Ego means awareness. I know I am so. I feel this way. This is my feeling. In this way I perceive and all these things. He said, no, not like that. You must know these things in the last part. So Bhagavad Gita has taken up the entire cosmic life. Bit by bit, you will find it. But dealing with the truth, the truth of the universe can be found only within the human soul. So Sri Ramakrishna told the last word. Oh, who are you? You are Brahman. Brahman has become this master, forgetting his divine nature and behaving in this way. And that knowledge exists all the time. We call it kavat. We know it. That on many subjects, or our dealing with others, or understanding something and all these things, we are confused many times. And then when we find the truth, we say, oh, I was a fool, foolish. I should not have done this way, or I should not have thought this in this way, and all these things. So going on, the reason is the state of spiritual forgetfulness. It is universal one. Universal one. Individually, yes. Every individual has the right to make improvement or to learn something in his or her own way. It is all right. But they cannot deny their true nature. That is what Sri Ramakrishna taught M. Then M says that knowledge. Knowledge means learning a particular subject or something. Sri Ramakrishna knows what is knowledge and what is ignorance. Not to know God is ignorance. To know God is knowledge. How nice. So if one can meditate on this teaching all the time, very easy to remember. Is it? A saint in this age is telling this thing. Knowledge and ignorance means teaching. That not to know God is ignorance, and to know God is knowledge. Very nice. Then it will lead the human mind to another level. So it has a penetrating power, it will be. So it is studying as if our own internal life, mind, we can do this thing this way. So the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, so every teaching has some relevant on truth. We say, why do you give importance to the teachings of Upanishad or Bhagavad Gita? Because these are evolved truth. These are revealed truth. Bhagavad Gita, Katavishya teach, as I told you, is that the same divine spirit exists within all living beings, but not revealed. No prakashate, not revealed. But next sentence is, it can be seen. So Sri Ramakrishna says that you can see God and talk to God the way I see you. Can you find out another teaching like that in any literature of the world? No. Revealed truth. Sri Ramakrishna will say that the way I see you and talk to you, in the same way you can see God and talk to God also. Vivekananda, he was a rational person. He will not accept so much. He said, you just you get everything from Mother Kali. I meditate on Mother Kali. I do not see the Mother Kali. But you say that every time that Mother Kali appears before you and gives direction, what you do, what you not should do, and all these things. I also meditate on the Mother Kali, but I don't see. He said, no, it will come to you later on. Don't worry. It will come in time and all these things. So, the Bhagavad Gita, see that some of the teachings are very nice. And last of all, I tell one particular teaching of the Bhagavad Gita, which I heard many times from Swami Aparananda. Many times that he will tell this thing, the teaching. Yeah, it is coming here. A few. It is not boring. you can hear it is all this. First thing is in all practical teaching, grasping power of divine truth. As Osho Swami used to say, you must know. And the last word about yourself, about your ego self, means grasping power of our intelligence. So, he says that no amount of critical study, however well done, will enable the real meaning of the scriptures like Gita, Upanishad and so on, unless the students of the follower of truth is equipped with the four qualifications. They are the basic need for the spiritual experiences. So that one must possess the power of distinguishing what is right and what is wrong. This is the basic teaching. That what is right, what is wrong, what is proper to me to do in life. Or it is my busy life, for example. I am getting so many benefits in life, making progress, or taking care of the other people, society and all these things. Or I should do something else also. What will be real good to me, what is not do good to me. So it's called reality. What is, agreeable to me, what is not agreeable to me. Unfortunately, we are in the state of spiritual forgetfulness. It is the Lord's creating power. So He is also making us deluded. At the same time, as a teacher, incarnation of God, He is teaching us. So in this way, you will enjoy, experience infinite bliss while living within the earth. But at least you must know what is correct, what is not correct, what is right, what is not wrong. And it is given to you, not anyone forcing on you. Whether the spiritual life or running after the Brahman, divine consciousness, all these things, is useful in my life or not. Everyone can think and find out. And this will develop the inner capacity or ability to understand the deeper meaning of life, of many things, later on. Then, another thing, we know it from our own experience of too much involvement in life is not good. Too much. A lot of energies are wasted. So, restraining power. Today, we find this thing. That in school and colleges, the teachers give a lesson on this subject very nice way. Very nice way. Nowadays, the students in the school level or in the beginner of the college level also, they learn many good things which in our time we could not do it. We had to learn it later on, get it. But they could do it. Say, for example, love of God. Love of God is called yoga. Now, when I say love of God, how to develop or make it a part of my living. The love of God must enter into my being. How to do it is called. That is why the people go to the worship, to attend the worship and other kind, or chanting the divine name and all these things. All the basic truth is called. And another important thing is that is what Swami Vivekananda used to tell us. The human mind, including intelligence, has tremendous ability to explore the very mystery of the universe, of the creation. It has the capacity and ability. Only thing is that people must take the interest. So Bhagavad Gita you will find. Read it, and one by one, that try to understand some of the meaning. I mean, say for example, Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. It doesn't mean that every teaching I must learn or grasp. No. I can select a few of the teachings and meditate on that. So these are how what is called the Bhagavad Gita is helping us, all the teaching. In each chapter, for example, the restraining power of a person, and this side by side is grasping power of the intelligence. Because Upanishad teaching us, as I told you, that truth is not revealed though divine spirit exists within us. But next moment it says it can be seen. As Sri Ramakrishna used to tell that the way I see you, you can see the God and talk to him also. It can be good. He said, intelligence. Human intelligence is the guide of our existence. You will find it. It is the intelligence actually that is guiding us. It's called knowledge, knowing. Knowing. So, knowing, feeling, and willing, these three is a inner aspect of our life, not belonging to the mind or intelligence. These are the function of consciousness. Say for example, love. Love is the dynamic aspect of the soul. And love has a tremendous power. If a person can develop what is called some aspect of the universal love and all this, the person will become immediately a divine being. A divine being immediately will come. It is a tremendous power. That is why I say that we do not know how to use that power. Because we use it in a different way, so all the problems of life come and all these things. And then love is our true nature. Love is nothing but divine consciousness. It's nothing but divine consciousness. It is the dynamic aspect of the divine spirit. Is called a tremendous power. no one can force me to love the other person. On the other hand, under, under certain say, circumstances, I am forced to work and pretend hey, I love you and all this is I work there. But heart to heart I know I hate it. And when the next chance will come, I will stop him. See how love is called. It is called. So these are dynamic aspects of it's a, the, the true what is called the evolution of the people all the time worry about certain aspect of life. Better pray to Lord. Better worship the Lord. Better chant the divine name. In the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, verse 8, 9 and 10, 11, you will see the most important teachings you can find. Most important teaching, you will find it. It is called, I am reading it, the verse, it is called 10th chapter 10. Most important. Hundreds of times I read it and very difficult to understand also, but very clear. When we hear it, very clear to us. On those who are devoted to me to the Lord, and worship me with love, I'll bestow the jug of understanding by which they come to me. Buddhi yogam dadami. Now, nowadays you know that we like to see the result of our spiritual endeavor immediately. I spend, say, 1 hour morning and half an hour every day in the evening. I read sometime and all these things. I feel that I don't find any within me. Whether it is mere function of my mental activities or not. The doubt comes. Lord said no. Those who follow me and in any way worship me, pray to me, in any way, I take care of them. But our problem is this moment I think of Sri Ramakrishna, so must appear before me. It never happened. Or if suddenly Sri Ramakrishna appear, something might happen in a different way. It happened actually to one lady, devotee. She was going by train. She got down. Suddenly, or she was in the compartment, I think. Some or other, I think she wanted to have, because she saw Sri Ramakrishna many times. That to have the vision of his chosen ideas, Sri Ramakrishna. Actually he saw. He forgot about her, that she was standing on the footstep of the train and had fallen and died. So it is not that I want Sri Ramakrishna or Mother or Jesus or someone to come immediately before me. I must prepare myself, sustaining power. So Brahmananda used to say, sometimes young people would ask me that we hear that Sri Ramakrishna transmitted his power to you or made you what is called full concentration of your mind, nirodho, total concentration of your mind. Can you do to us? He said, yes. Babur Mahad also said, Sri Ramakrishna has given us power. Has given us power, we can do. But you can retain it because you don't have any retaining power. Retaining power. So the building the foundation of the spiritual life is the most important. First, conviction about the divine reality, its existence. So Vivekananda's what is interpretations of the Jugo are very helpful and all this. Or gospel and again. Then we have more faith in Sri Ramakrishna or Holy Mother like that. So this is the way that we must build up our spiritual life. It is all, practicability. Because all the time we see one thing about our organization. The many people make a mistake about organization. When they see huge institutions coming, hospitals are coming, and so much work being done and all these things. But this is not the true picture of Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, or Ma Sharada's organization. It is the building up of our spiritual personality. These are all the methods, sadhana, giving service to the society, because society is helping us. Society is providing the food even. So, Holy Mother said, even Sri Ramakrishna also said, that in response to this, you have to do something for the sake of this. So that is why in spiritual life there is some rules of method. Sometimes devotees or people will invite the sadhus to the house. So they say that you must repeat your mantra regularly, many times, because you are eating the food supplied by another person. So they must share some of your spiritual power. So you must chant all these things. So this is the way it has been set up. That society is helping us, providing all our lodging, food and all these things. In exchange, we must do something for the society. Or in Indian society, it is different. For the last 3,000 years, the Indian people were entertaining or looking after the religious organization. But now, because for the last few centuries, you can say, the Indian society's standards have gone very down. Now, the sadhus, the religious organization must come forward to help the Indian society. So that is why that we give service to the other. But our real power is Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother and all this. So it is really their work. So it is a very easy sadhana. I am not disturbing my way of living at all. I am bringing another additional thought or link to my personality. What is this? That all the other time I am doing everything for my ego. This time I am doing for the sake of the Lord. Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother. So the Lord in this age incarnated he is the power through them and all these things. It is not the person. It is not that, only to accept Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, only I will get the salvation. No. It is truth, divinity, divine life. So, if I believe that I am doing Lord's work, this whole creation has come out of Lord. That is what the scriptures say. The illumined souls say also. And rationality also, we believe that behind this physical phenomenon, there must be another power working. So the more we think of that I am doing their work, they have brought me here and all these things, what is happening? Transformation of inner life. My ego will be totally transformed. We saw in our life one very senior monk, Swami Aparananda. He admitted that I experience whatever, in my life, it is because of work. That consciously I've been working for them, not me. So I work in the Lord's work all the time. It is my personal, because our problem is the moment we come in contact with another person, another personality, we disturb. Here, no. It is it is my path, it is my way of thinking, my way of spiritual exercise. I am doing it. No concern with other person. Whether he or she, maybe very learned person, maybe my guru, brother, disciple also, or sister also, doesn't matter. It's got transformation of my ego. So he said that whatever he attained in his spiritual life, it is in this way. That I am doing Lord's work. So this whole organization has been built up because of their powers. So we know that in our organization, especially later on, so many people could see Holy Mother. Holy Mother's power. It is her power is working in this organization. And people make mistake. After they see, oh, you are giving service to the society, so many people, a wonderful thing. It is a wonderful thing, I understand. But what has happened to me? By your praising me or by praising the organization, there is no, I am not, I don't become spiritually evolved. Not at all. But in this way, that I am doing Lord's work. Lord has brought me here in this world. I learn everything. I'll talk to the other people and all these things, but heart to heart, it is my life, different from the others and all this. So he said that whatever I got in my life, he was really a great soul. Madonna. He was the General Secretary for many years. And then President also. So he told clearly that this whole organization, the land property, everything, whatever you see, belongs to Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother. So that perception became very deep and very easy for everyone. Family members, what is God? Lord, God's word, God's it is called gift. It's a God gift, it is called. So that is the family. So I'm taking care of and all these things. So in this way, consciously, the more you can become spiritually involved in this way, not involvement in activities only. It will be only activity, no doubt there will be activity, but it will be activities. And last of all, I must say that Aparananda Swami is one utterance from the Bhagavad Gita. It is chapter 5, 21 verse. Many times he used to say. Now, in the Bhagavad Gita, all the time you will find Sri Ramakrishna is warning or criticizing the modern people. The you people run after lust and gold only. So in the Bhagavad Gita, he used to mention our Aparananda Swami many times that while living in the physical body, if the person can sustain the forces of lust and other work, mental work, temptation and all this thing, but not to be affected. All these things will be working in life, but not be affected. So like that person will be regarded as a true follower of truth. yogi. Now, people living in the world, the same thing. They are also in the same situation. So if they can consciously, I mean, that, what is called, retain that controlling power, for example, bit by bit, they become a yogi. He says that is the illumination. That is the illumination, is called. So there is some of the what is called ideas and beauty and the why we study the scripture, like Bhagavad Gita. We find all the teachings and impersonal. It is pure impersonal. It is not that it is Hindu, it is Muslim, it is Christian, not like that. It is impersonal, like any science, electricity. If I learn how to generate electricity, anywhere in the world I can go and generate electricity. Knowledge. Similarly, this knowledge exists within us, but we must bring it out. So-called evolved soul, it's called. And this Vedanta society at present, it may not be so big and all these things, but it is a nucleus of power. Center of the power is like a nucleus of the power because of Holy Mother. It is not that thousands of people will come, it is up to them. Whether they like it or not is up to them. Who are you? You are Brahman. The Brahman has become you. Beautiful. Okay. All right then. Yeah, let's sing song. I learned many things from Aparananda Swami, really, because he had association with the knower of Brahma. We say Brahman, Swami Aparananda. It is called conviction.
There the sun shines not, nor the moon. Time, it is not true, and leaves you soon alone. Hold on, hold on to him and his name. They're both the same. They're both the same. Melting all away, the secret magic lies. Pure and holy name transforms the tragic lives. Hold on, hold on to him and his name. They're both the same. They're both the same. they're both the same. They're both the same. And just like you, I want to see his face. And just like you, I long to feel his grace. And just like you, I can see we are all one family. We are waiting and praying for his love to shine on us. Hold on, hold on to him and his name. They're both the same. 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 They're both the same.
So, thank you very much. I have a program, next program. Right now I am to leave for Seattle. So, thank you very much. And
So, quick announcement before another song today. This week there will be no classes because our classes are on the Thanksgiving timeline. We will be back next Sunday with our usual Bhagavad Gita lectures. Thanks to Swami Aparananda for visiting us again this year. And Rose, you can sing. We also have some arrangement for some lunch today.
but I didn't know it was going to happen at that time. So I would have said more.
Or what is this called actually? Okay. It's so beautiful. I took a picture of you. Yeah, so cozy. Like, where's the fire?
Yeah. Very nice.
Hello, we are starting soon. Just a minute.
Do we have just a small crowd?
Yes, we have a very small crowd.
Oh,
Lot of people, I think 4 people online and very few.
do you have an extra piece of paper? Have some out in my car. Yes, I do. Where did Swami go? He's in Las Vegas. Oh. Why? Are you doing the facilitation or is it Uva?
I'm assuming Uva is, but it's probably in constant, you know, shared my gift. But he, I can send him the most recent minutes, which is kind of like an update of the agenda. But he can facilitate the most recent agenda.
Terry, I thought I sent you these minutes from the general board meeting, but I will send them to you guys again. Okay.
All right, all of you who are here, would you sign
I
it?
know I have for last, I'm presuming I have for this, for each, from the two.
Happy to sign it. Sure. Karen, just know Uva. Online user.
Oh, testing, testing, testing. I'm gonna miss Pat.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Terrence, testing.
Namaste, everyone.
Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste. Okay.
Oh, he's coming on online?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, yes.
One,
No, I want my pen back.
that's mine.
Thank you. Yeah, Sharon, go ahead. Wait a minute, you're gonna choose a color. Yes, good, thank you. Great. Yeah. Yeah, we do. And Steve.
We officially have a quorum.
Uva?
I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. Uva, do you want to facilitate the meeting? Are you good with that? Or do you want to share the facilitation things? What's your preference?
I'd rather have you, Jane, doing it today since I'm not on site, so that would be much more practical.
Oh, okay, whatever you want. You know, this will be a shared
Exactly.
meeting as always.
Exactly. It's going to be a group effort.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really thrilled about the way that the group has worked together to move through a lot of these issues. It's been really rewarding to see that spirit come out.
And I don't know if
Am I
everybody's aware of
audible?
it. Everybody's aware of it, but Steve Amdahl is sick at home. I think he's got a flu or something.
Oh, okay, thank you. I'll just put out ill.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear
Okay.
you.
I
So-
think what's happening, Maharaj, is that Cheyenne is asking the people in the foyer to like move into the library for their conversations, and then we'll get a picture of you online people up here. All we've got is our little tiny thing back in the corner.
So we don't see you yet.
Yeah, we don't see you yet.
What is happening?
The only picture we have of all of you Zoom people is the little one in the corner of the room where Cheyenne sits and huddles over the board. We need to have you up here so we can all see you on the
Okay.
big screen. The big screen.
Yeah, the connector is there.
Yeah.
Both the connectors, Cheyenne can figure it
Yeah,
out.
Cheyenne will figure it out. I'm sure he will.
Look at you, you get a little laptop, you're all set.
There he is.
She is so
He's here, Maharaj.
official.
Yeah.
You can start, Maharaj can start the prayer.
Okay,
You tell Swamiji to start.
all right.
Swami, can you open her up with a prayer for
Yeah,
us?
it's 1:12.
Okay. So let him connect it, and then we'll do.
Okay.
So when is Swami Aparananda?
He
was
left.
There, so
It's gone.
He's
He
gone.
left?
He went to Seattle.
He lectured this morning.
Yes, it was really nice.
Our talk.
I didn't.
So who's online? Just Uber and Swami?
No, no. Jyotita is online. Ranga is online.
Just in Ranga both.
Who else from there?
It's hers.
Oh, oh. Good.
Okay.
Yay!
Okay.
There they are. Namaste.
Namaste.
Okay, Maharaj, you start.
Okay. We'll start our prayers. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritam gamaya aviravirmayeti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Okay, let's start. So let's begin the meeting. The agenda for today, let's start with that. So first, number A, questions and clarifications on the minutes of the last board meeting. Anybody has any questions or clarifications regarding the minutes of the last board meeting?
Everyone got them sent in the email, right?
Yes,
Yes,
they were sent
yes.
around the middle of November before Swami left on his trip, so you had 2 weeks to get your homework done.
So if there are no questions, can we pass a motion to accept the minutes of the last board meeting? So I will make a motion to accept the minutes of the board meeting on October 27th.
I second the motion.
Terence seconds it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, say no.
Aye.
Aye.
So the
Aye.
motion carries.
Yes.
Maharaj, you said something? I'm sorry.
Swamiji, you are saying something?
No, I said aye.
Oh, Swami said aye.
Oh, got it. All right.
Aye, aye, aye.
questions and
Yeah,
clarifications?
Janma, you
Yes.
please have the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know, if you don't speak to the mic.
Okay. The next item is number B, questions and clarifications about the accounting report in September 30th of 2024, the board meeting. There were some inconsistencies because it was my first time trying to get everything together, and I don't think I had the right numbers down, and I asked Swami to take a look.
Yeah, just I'll clarify.
Thank you.
Up to September it was there, but now we need to have up to October. So that the date is to be changed from October, but we'll circulate it because Arnab, who learned from Devishananda, and then he's not keeping well,
Okay.
and that's the reason. So what we'll do, we'll circulate as soon as he's well, and then online we can vote for it, for its approval. So please bear with us because of this delay,
Okay.
because he's not keeping well. Though everything is reconciled, bank reconciliation and other things are reconciled, only final reports are not generated, and it was not sent to the treasurer. So as soon as it is done, we'll circulate.
Thank you, Swami. We'll just make a note of it that we'll, after people receive it, we'll vote for it we'll vote for it on an email and then report the results.
Online, yes,
Yes.
online.
Yes.
Okay, so the resolution is that Arnab Datta, who is working on.
No need of resolution, that you can comment that it will be circulated later.
Okay,
Yeah,
so the
got it.
resolution, it will be circulated later and we will vote online.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
B2, Hilltop Securities Fund status. Sutirtha has already shared it yesterday, but Sutirtha, you can give a quick look at it.
Yeah, so I just shared the summary screen. I have tried to put everything in the main page on the email itself so that you don't have to open the big
The
spreadsheet.
Excel
Can you?
spreadsheet. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah. So, so the summary is that our overall current position is about 697.5K roughly, a gain of 5 point. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
See you.
No, we just see your face.
You just see my face.
Are you
Let me try again. How about now?
It's coming.
Coming up. It's coming. There you go.
Okay. So first on the Hilltop portfolio at 697K roughly, we have put in an additional 24.4K, 10K for the Swami Health Fund and 14.4K for the 12 life members. The portfolio appreciated in the last month since the last meeting. We are actually down to only 21.7K from our total investment. And I have my attention on this because when we started out beginning of the year, we were down by 101K from total investment.
Right.
Now we have recovered close to 80K from that initial start. With respect to individual fund performance, I think except for two funds, all of them appreciated in the last month. I thought this is the Swami Health Fund. We have kept all the funds related to Swami's Health into one fund so that it doesn't get distributed into multiple. We've bought the IMTB last time, and then we have also bought the STXK, which is a new fund from the life member pool that was routed to the investment fund.
So Terza, can I ask what class
Yeah.
of funds that comes from?
STXK.
Yeah.
What, is that a mutual fund or is that a bond fund or what is that?
It's an
Hey.
ETF. That
Please take your mic closer to your mouth.
it's an ETF, Maharaj.
Okay,
No, not you, the Terence.
Oh, sorry.
so it's an ETF, exchange trade fund?
That's right.
Okay, I was just curious. Thank you very much.
Sure. Now we had a 100K CD which got liquidated. So I'm following up with Anthony on why it got liquidated. The Uh, Maturity date was in February, but what I forgot is whether this was a callable CD. If it was, then I understand why it got liquidated. In any case, roughly 102K is sitting in the cash account with Hilltop. So that's kind of the whole overall summary of the portfolio. Positive overall, all funds doing well except for two, and the drops are only marginal. On the total cash position, we are at about 57.96K. This should have been colored red. Unfortunately, we are down 33.71K from last month. I kind of do this month to month tracking. And that's primarily because we moved about 24.4K to the investment portfolio. And then overall asset position, our total combining cash in bank and Hilltop, we are at 755, which is roughly 6K higher than where we were last month, which is kind of a reflection of the appreciation we got on our equities positions, as well as the underlying fund movement, taking into account all expenses. So that's where we stand. I'll spend a couple of minutes on the spreadsheet. It's not as important because I've tried to distill out the key information. One of the things that we want to draw attention to is we had a guideline of maintaining 6 months worth of
Liquidity.
invest or go ahead, sorry. Was there a question?
Liquidity that to cover the month-to-month expenses.
Correct. That's
It was
right.
2 months in one set of notes, and it was 6 months in another set of notes, so.
It should be 6 months, Jane.
It was 6 months.
So 6 months at an average of 11K, that's the average we got if we kind of took the entire year. And I did a couple of times, it's in the same ballpark, roughly 11K expenses. There are obviously ebbs and peaks, but we are approximately 8K short from our goal of keeping it at roughly 66K. One of the things I recently learned is that because of the credit card on the capital expenses or the credit card for the capital expenses, 10K has been actually moved out as security and it's not showing up in our uh, balances. So the one question that we should probably spend a few minutes on, that given we are not taking any major capital expenses in the near future, does it make sense to keep the credit card and have that 10K blocked, or should we just get rid of the credit card for now to make sure that we have that additional 10K as part of our overall cash position?
No, we should keep the credit card. See,
No. Say that, Cheyenne, what I think, since we are not using credit card, we have one credit card for US, another is from the River Bank. So whatever transactions that we are having, we are purchasing, whatever we are purchasing, we are using US credit card. And as of now, there is no foreseeable expenditure on capital account. So why to lock $10,000 without any sense? Because recently what happened, we had to pay to this carpet people. But because of investment, we were short of money, say about 5K. Then I had to transfer $8,000 from our money market account. So as of now, what I understand, what Sutirtha is saying is right. There's no fund to keep $10,000 in their reserve. And secondly, that we are not using for last 1 month. And if we want, we can have logical account. What is logical account? Say even if it comes from it is spent from the same credit card, we have accounts for this. What the purpose is, we always know it. So that is, I think, one step closer to simplification of our procedure. And since we have paucity of hands for accounting, therefore it is commendable to have as simple as possible. So I think that way we should, in foreseeable future, we are not going to construct a big any building, and whatever maintenance that we can do through our US bank. So only my question is, if we withdraw, is there any penalty for that?
So for that, Maharaj, I think we have to talk to Rivermark, right? Because we are going to cancel the credit card, and basically that is the security in order to pay for the credit card accounts if there is an issue. So first we have to cancel the credit card. We have to talk with them about that, and
That's
then I
correct.
think we will get the money back, right? From that. That is the procedure. Now, of course, we are not taking any loans or anything, so this is not going to affect our credit rating by any chance. And that was anyway for an individual situation. So I think we can go ahead and take that. We just whenever you come back, I think a
Yeah.
trip to Rivermark is needed to cancel that. That's pretty much
Yes,
it.
yes. Like, yeah, I'll ask them, and this is, it's not like big banks, it's a credit union. So they have some concessions and also some freedom, greater freedom than any big bank. So I don't think any penalty will be charged for that. We'll see that.
Yeah, I
And
don't think
then,
there should be any penalty because we have not defaulted or anything. As a result of that, usually there is no penalty.
yes, okay.
Right, we haven't used it much, we have not defaulted, so shouldn't be a big issue.
It's not paying for a steady state amount that's due. It's just an overflow fund. Is that correct?
Pardon?
It's not making a regular monthly payment on anything that we owe.
No
No,
auto pay.
no.
It's no auto pay.
No auto pay.
Yes.
No auto pay. None of our credit cards have auto pay. So, okay, all right. So I think we can make a resolution, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I'll make a motion. The motion is to cancel the credit card from our Rivermark account and bring back the security deposit of $10,000 to our normal accounts in Rivermark. The discussion will happen by a visit to Rivermark.
Yes.
I have made the motion. Somebody have to second it.
I second it.
Kathy seconds the motion.
Oh, Kathy said.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyone opposed, say no.
The motion carries.
Motion carries.
Okay, the only other thing I wanted to draw your attention to, we have an updated estimated income. So previously we were tracking to roughly 39.8K of annual earnings from our investment portfolio. And these are not the final numbers, but with all the changes we've made, it has gone down a little bit, roughly 2K, 37.74K. But we have actually liquidated the CD and hence and will reinvest. So that may make a minor difference to the overall annual income. But I'll be working with Anthony to figure out how to keep this near where it was previously. So that's kind of an update. But overall, even if it goes down by 2K, it's about like 1.5K of roughly $150, $160 difference a month, which may not be much, but again, we want to maximize our income at the same time while reducing the risk of the overall portfolio. So that's kind of an update on the overall investment committee follow-ups.
With the recent markets going up, there is a possibility that it might come back, right? First of all, and the other thing is that our expenses will also go down from January. So as a result of that, I think we might be balancing out.
Yeah. I mean, I think some of the both are probably true.
Yes.
Actually, one thing, that reinvestment of the liquidated one, right?
Yeah,
100,000.
roughly, yeah. 102K is what is in that account right now.
Okay, so yeah, that we appreciate your effort. We
Yeah, do
very
you have
much
any,
appreciate.
Satirtha, do you have any thoughts about that, look at it here, just a second. The liquid, newly liquid, callable CD of 102K. Do you have any thoughts about where that should go?
Yeah. So I'm working with Anthony on it. I sent him an email yesterday asking for his recommendations, but I think we would probably balance it between uh, if the CD rates are good enough, close to over 4.5 or close to 5, and I don't know where they are now, maybe a little lower. I think it may make sense to go in for another CD to ensure that we get a similar yield. If it's not, then we will likely put a bunch of it in CD and some into the ETFs. I think the closed-end funds are a little risky, but we still have three closed-end funds which are doing reasonably well. And I'll show you the trends of them. They're all reasonably positive over the last, uh, I guess, the window in which we have held them after the diversification. So the first is this FCO. It has bumped around, but I think we are still over our um, initial we took an initial hit on FCO. We were looking at this closely. We were worried that this was going down, but it has recovered. But the other two are actually doing reasonably well. So SCD, which is the second closed-end fund from 78K, has gone up to 113K. The third NFJ has gone up from 59 to 68. So I think we will kind of figure out a way to distribute the fund to, again, keep the risk levels at where it is today and get some income either close to what we had before or thereabouts, basically.
So this
When
100,
was this say liquidated?
So it was this month. I just saw this when I was doing the analysis yesterday. It was surprising because in my head the maturity date was if you go back to last month, if you look at that line, the JP Morgan Chase CD, you will see I typically put all, it was supposed to be, the maturity date was February 18th of next year. But somehow I see that it has been liquidated and the money is now on in the cash account, this FDI sweep account, basically. So
So it must have been a callable CD then.
that's probably it. That's probably it. I just want to make sure it wasn't an accidental liquidation, which shouldn't be, knowing how careful Anthony is. But I think we had, my recollection is when we put up that 175K, one of them was on a callable CD, the other wasn't. And the one that was callable was the 75K CD we had, um, which I think happened a couple of months back.
correct.
Uh, but this one I thought was a full term CD. In any case, I'm checking with Anthony to figure out what happened here.
And
Oh,
and
very good.
do you want to put it back in a CD? And given the market is doing well, do you want to go with ETFs? Because ETFs have been doing pretty well in the last 1 month.
Well, the market has generally done well. If you look at the ones we are invested in, I think two of the ETFs actually went down,
Correct.
LQD and IMTB.
But by
This one we
1%.
have just, yeah, but this 92% is really an artifact of additional fund
Correct.
injection into
Correct.
that.
Correct.
So, but yes, I think it's expected that the ETFs will do well. So
Yes.
we will do a balance likely, right? I think we'll split the funds, look at how to maximize the income to keep the risk profile the same.
Correct. Okay. So 102K will be reinvested, and probably by next month we will have some update from you, right? I am quite
That's
sure
right.
of that.
Yeah, that also will increase our income.
Correct. Once you put the CD back into motion, that will also increase the income. So
Well, this one actually takes into account. So if you look at the overall income assessment,
oh, okay.
This assumes that there is an annual $2,600 of income from that CD. So
Okay.
this
Okay.
line here.
Okay.
Once a year
And
allotment.
so we'll have to figure out how to ensure that we at a minimum earn that much.
Yeah, if needed, if it can, see, if you need to put it into something else to increase the income or divide it into parts and put it somewhere to increase some, like get that money back and put some lesser amount into CD, I think you would definitely do that rebalancing, right?
Right, right. The goal would be to get this whole this annual income close to 40K.
Correct, correct, correct.
And whatever we do, but I think the most important thing is not increasing our risk level.
Yes.
I think by Ma's grace, we have recovered 80K from the total investment. I want to make sure we recover the remaining 20, and then we'll be net positive from all the money we put in. Once that happens, I think we can increase our risk by 1 or 2 points, I think, but not before that.
Yeah, absolutely,
And this
absolutely. I think
this year we have added 124,400, right? This year. So
I have all the details here, Maharaj. If you go to this sheet,
Mhm.
if you look at this 719, so all this tells you when what money was put in. So I think, yeah, the 100K was in January, then another, actually this Dr. Naik was before that, then another 10, then another 10, then another 14. So roughly 134K is what has
Yeah,
been.
34, that's correct.
yes.
Yes.
So that is the thing. So this is something great because I mean, putting 134K into investment in 1 year is a very like amazing thing that we were able to perform thanks to donors and people who have taken memberships, lifetime memberships and things like that. Okay, so I think Shuddha, do you have any more update?
No, no, that is all. That is all.
That is
Thank
all.
you.
Okay,
Thank you, Sudarsan.
thank you.
Sure.
Thank you
sure.
very much
Thank you.
Sure. Maharaj.
for your here.
Okay, so I think we can move on. Number C.
Now we are trying to understand. Otherwise, it was Greek to us.
Um, so moving on, number C, membership liaison report. Maharaj, I think there is no change, right? Life members, number 62.
No, there is a little change. I have sent an email.
Oh,
Okay, I'll read it out.
okay, Maharaj.
Um, just a minute. The members, life members are same. There is no change there. Just a minute. Let me. Okay, just so C members. So life member 62, member 63, one increase. Then friends 45, total 170. Associate members 5, and donor agency 5, so 180. And the guest report, visiting guest report, Holy Mother's House, November 1 to 4, Chanda Roy and Hemanti from 20 to 24. And Vedanta Temple, Swami Aparananda, November 20 to 24. This I have sent already.
Swami, with the membership report, with the membership report, other than for lifetime members, all those other members at the beginning of 2025 are going to go to zero. Is that correct? We're going to start brand new in 2025, other than
Correct.
lifetime members.
It's a calendar year,
Yeah.
so calendar year. But still, yeah, I'll send you the report. I mean, the list.
Yeah, and then we can ask for renewals and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay, so we have finished agenda till D. Now we move to number E. Yeah.
I think you all received a copy of the email that we got back from Miguel Santos. We sent a letter of inquiry asking if they needed any more information because we understood that the grant was going to be judged in about 6 weeks from the 1st of September. And he wrote back that they're still processing, and they'll let you know and other applicants know about their decision, but there's nothing more we can send to them. So that is to be determined. We'll hope to hear something.
It'd be great to hear it by the end of the year.
Yes. Okay, so that is the status of E1. E2 is Oregon Community Foundation OCF Fall Cycle Grant. The result will come by December 3. So they have informed me that I wrote to them that we haven't heard from you. So they said they will inform us back by December 3, which was like 4 days back. So I think I don't think they will give anything, or maybe on Monday they might give something, or they will come back on December 2nd. This is my hope, because if they said that is the deadline, probably they have done it before. So I'm expecting something in the next week. I will not be present on December 2nd here in Portland, but of course I'll be checking email. So I'll send out any answer that I get from OCF. So that is where for OCF we stand. I'll give the update of E3, Intel Community Grant Report. So unfortunately this year, due to many issues, Intel Community Grant actually has been cancelled. I was informed of this recently. We came to hear some skirmishes in September itself, but now I have been given the information by them. So though they said that our things remain with them, so when they open up, sometimes at the end of the year they do some extra giving and things like that, they will consider us for that, but not in a proper grants form. So that is the status for E3.
So I have a question for clarification. Is this the same fate as the Benevity Fund?
No. So Intel actually every year launches this community grant sometime in the month of April or May, and they come by an answer by September. This year they did not say anything by September, but I started hearing from people that because of their current unfortunate financial situations, they might not do this investment. And now I have officially learned from the people that they are not doing it. But Blake Horner, who actually looks after this, she said that by the end of this year, usually around December, they sometimes make some grants small gifts to various associations, and given our application was actually among the top 5 from this area, they might make a consideration for that. That is what I got from them. So that is the status of E3. Benevity situation does not change. Our matching with Benevity continues for all Intel employees.
Good, thank you.
And anybody who wants to donate to Benevity for this year needs to do it like very soon, in the next 2 weeks.
Correct.
And so Swami and I guess Lokesh need to be aware that that should be coming through our donations, and then the donors will need a letter from you, like you've done before, Swami, so we can get the
Please loudly take the mic, please.
So so some of us have made donations to the Vedanta Society, and in order to get those donations matched within the next 2 weeks, we need to get a letter from you, from the Vedanta Society, saying that you received the donations from Benevity. I'm not sure whether you have or not.
No, recently we have not received any.
Okay,
And
when you do, let us
one
know.
devotee, one devotee wanted to donate, and that I asked Shayan to look at.
Yes. So this is, but that was not through Intel. It was another one. So I actually talked with them today itself. But for Intel, the deadline is December 15th, right? Usually. Yeah. So hopefully by December 15th, the funds come in, and I think we can do the letters. But Swami can get the letters ready. We can just put the names and distribute it to them. So Swami, I think you get a generic letter ready, and then just put the financial number and the name of the person, and then we distribute the letters the moment we receive the funds. I think that might be the best way, because December 15 is not far from now. It's only 19 days. So that is what I think Kathy is talking about. That's a good point.
Nobody has approached me from Intel or ex-Intel people.
Okay.
Retired, you mean? And so it'll be very interesting as to whether Benevity continues to um, reimburse retirees from Intel. We'll see in 2025.
Okay.
That might stop, but we'll see.
A lot of things going on. Actually, I have something to share at the end also. We'll share that. Okay, so this is E3, E4. Let's move to E4. Masonry for Vedanta Temple West entrance for cement work. Ua.
We have currently or working on 3 different bids with 3 different companies, and there are still some details that need to be worked out. Not all bids have given us the details that we're looking for. So this is still in process, but I pretty confident that we can resolve these open questions that we have for these 3 contractors within the next 30 days. So we're working on that.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So moving on to E5, plans for retaining wall near the play structure of Vedanta Temple.
So that is in process. It depends on the availability of Thomas and myself. And I recommend we're covering this area for the time being to protect it from rain so it wouldn't erode any further. But I would think that we start with it somewhere next spring, probably not December. It's going to be something more like February, March.
Makes sense
Okay,
because
this,
right now we are in a
that
bomb cyclone.
no, that
Yeah.
you know that who gave the quotation? He was happy. He once wrote to me that if you need me, need my help, even I can help in that pursuit also. If you need that, we can talk to him.
Would that be free of charge?
They he'll charge, I think, for his labor.
Oh,
That
okay.
that we can talk.
Yeah, but between Thomas and myself, of course, there's no labor charge, so that would be only the materials or transportation costs or what have you, but no labor charge. So I think we get a better deal with that.
Okay.
And from what I heard from Steve is that he also offered his assistance with that. So it's basically 3 old guys doing this retaining wall somewhere next spring.
But they're 3 old, strong guys, knowledgeable guys.
Skilled.
Yeah,
Cheap.
skilled,
Later.
definitely skilled, yes. But so this thing is in process.
Okay. I want to take on E number 6 really quick.
Mhm.
And it's just a summary that the 3 bids were offered by Thomas's research, and the board on email voted to accept the inclusive bid, labor and materials from Panel Flooring for $6,637, and which includes the guest room, in addition to the stairs and the upstairs hall going all the way back to the north wall. The next lowest bid was from Primus Flooring, and that one was $7,516, including the guest room. So the final decision was made via email with Uwe making the motion, Lokesh seconding, and all the I votes, Swami C. Lokesh, Uwe Satirtha, and Jane, no nay votes. It was noted that a vote was needed to include the guest room. The motion was made by Uwe with a second from Swami. I votes included Swami Lokesh, Uwe Satirtha, Jane. Invoice from Contract Furnishing Mart for $3,159.43 was paid with 2 signatures on November 18th. And we're going to, under new business, I think we're going to come up with a discussion about the date that's been proposed for the work to begin. So can we defer that discussion till the end?
Yeah, let's go back to email, but I think I did a yay also.
Yes,
You know,
yes, you did.
and
I just didn't hear my voice.
another thing I wanted to ask, I think, they told us that moving things also included in that quotation.
I don't think that's not.
They will move the bigger objects like bed frames
Frames,
or
mattresses.
tables and stuff like this and chairs, but they will not take care of, let's say, clothing, art
Books.
items, or any of those
Anything.
small items.
Yeah, the
So
beds
that
will
means
almost be
like
stripped.
books, we are to
Gone.
Vases, or whatever, what have you. All small items have to go. So desks, tables, chairs, and bed frames are okay. Everything else needs to be cleared out of there.
Yes, yes. Let's talk about it now. Yeah. So,
So, excuse me, Cheyenne, just you saw the email.
mhm.
I spoke with Thomas yesterday about this, and he said no problem. He's gonna contact Pennell, and they're gonna find a new date. And so I think we should take the opportunity and find out a date that works for us, and then I will get back to Thomas, and Thomas can then present it to them. So
Okay, so in January you have something called the um, Martin Luther King weekend, uh, 23rd, 23rd. Yeah, so we can do before that, and Martin Luther is actually 1 week before that. So that gives us 3 days in January, and you can do it over that time. So that is the thing. During the Christmas time, when the temple is in holiday season, we can work to clear out that space so that in January you can come in and do the work. 21st will be the most difficult day to do that because 22nd we have a puja. It's practically impossible to do in those days. So that is rescheduling. So in New Year, after the Kalpataru day, 1st January, you
after
select.
1st January.
Yeah, after 1st January, you select a day we should be able to do, because we can come during the Christmas season and do all the clearing out and kind of consolidating things. That we can do. But before January 1st would be very difficult. So time after January 1st, then we have time at our hands to do all the work. That is the request.
When is
okay,
that?
I will hand this information on to Thomas, and I think that gives them plenty to choose from. But I appreciate that we found an agreement on this.
Okay, one thing. January 1st is Kalpataru Day, and Swamiji's birth anniversary is on 26th.
23rd or 26th? I'm sorry, I misheard.
26th, I can see. 23rd maybe the official, but we allocated 26.
Okay, 26th.
We'll see that, and if required, then we can correct it. But 26, as I see on my calendar.
Yes, actually you're correct, Maharaj. I just because that is the Sunday. So basically the week before that is the Martin Luther King weekend. We will have solid 3 days at that time holiday, so we can be present as volunteers when they are doing it if they need any immediate help. But before that we will clear things out.
You're suggesting, Cheyenne, that we take that 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday of the Martin Luther King weekend to collect volunteers and to do the work. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
We do the clearing during Christmas season. Anything left over, we keep us 15 days to work with that, and then basically the work can be done over that time, over that Martin Luther King.
We don't know if they work on Martin Luther
Right.
King. That's a
When is
federal
Martin,
holiday.
Martin Luther King's birthday?
Martin Luther King, the African American
No,
person.
no, birthday of Martin Luther King.
It's usually
When?
It's usually January. He was born January 15th, but it's celebrated on the nearest Monday.
The next Monday after January 15th it is celebrated.
I think, after 1st of January
Any
And-
time works.
and between 15th January. Any day is good.
Okay.
Okay, between 1st and 15th. They only meet 2 days, so.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question. Will you allow women upstairs to help with some of the moving, or are you just only going to allow men? Swami, you're the only person upstairs now.
Pardon?
Will you allow women to help with this process of packing things up and getting them?
No, let us do. Ladies do so much, especially food, etc., and arrangement. I think men folk they should do.
Okay, that's fine. Joseph has already volunteered.
Yeah. No,
And-
no, it's okay. That
Okay.
I understand.
Okay,
And see, like the main thing, the books, etc., that's not a heavy thing. So that can be managed.
we can also pay for David, Terrence and I will, to come in and do some of the lifting
No, no,
stuff.
please, one thing,
Okay.
because of Terence, you have lots of things to do. Please feel free. We will do. Shine is there, and we'll take some other friends.
No, I mean, after Ma's Puja, we will have time to get it done. So, no problem. Okay. So, that's all about monastery carpet follow up. I think we have given times to work with. I think we can move on from that. No resolution needs to be made because we have already discussed this. Moving on to F, Vedanta retreat and Skapus retreat. Point 1, retreat temple chimney repair by Bridgetown Chimney.
It's going well. They're in the process of doing the measurements that needed to be taken care of, like putting outside mesh for stucco. So I think they're going to be there for at least another week or so, and then probably going to be finished. So the process is well underway.
I spoke to Thomas this morning about it, and he says that they're doing very well. No big
Yeah,
obstacles.
I saw it yesterday, so it looked really nice.
Okay. Moving to F2, Zoroastrian Shrine Development.
So Louis is in the process of procuring and producing or cutting the pieces for the shrine currently, and basically storing it so that by the time he comes up here, he has everything ready, and then just needs to assemble it. So he's basically in the process of getting the pieces of the shrine together where he lives in his workshop. And when he's going to come up here, I don't know. It's probably going to be somewhere in the spring, I would assume. But the pieces should be ready within the next months or so.
Okay.
Okay. So moving on to number F3, 2 larger donation boxes at the retreat.
That is still in process. We haven't found anything yet that is worth purchasing. So still in process.
Okay. So last one, number 4, Vedanta Highlands, Brahman Way, landside repair bits.
Yeah, we have those bits, I think, in our files. I think it's more an issue of getting appropriate funding for this. I think the last bid that we had was somewhere around $23,000. So it's a matter of securing the funds for that.
Okay. So
Okay.
thank you for the status updates for the retreat. Moving to
Regarding celebrations and
yeah,
functions.
moving to celebrations and functions. I
So-
will just read through.
In-person and online classes in November continues Bhagavad Gita on Sundays. It's not, as routine, guided meditation on when I'm there on Sundays. And the Vedanta Sara, we are almost completing on Thursdays. Then Sri Sharda Devi and Divine Play is continuing, Panchadashi, etc. And we have also additional classes. We have started additional classes for interested devotees on Panchadashi, Sanskrit, and Bhagavatam on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Then Vedanta chanting and singing programs on Sundays are going on as usual. Only thing now, Jyotima is not here. So what they are doing, they are practicing for Holy Mother's birth anniversary in Lokesh's house, Lokesh and Mahalakshmi. And then serving God in man also is going on. Yeah, update from Kathy.
Yeah, it's all going well. We have one more person that Chad brought in, Ollie, I think her name is, and she's a friend of Chad. So it continues to be the same people, other than
Adele.
one or
Adele,
two new
A-
people.
Adele has come, right?
Who?
Adele,
I don't
Adele,
know who.
Adel.
No. Ollie, Ollie, O-L-I,
Okay.
Chad's friend, and Chad.
Yeah, Chad's
Right.
friend. You said Chad's friend.
Uh-huh.
Her name is Adele, right?
She goes by Ollie. I'd have to go back and look up her real name.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Adele also has joined. As I see your correspondence. Yes.
So it's going well. We continue to, do the same thing, and there's just more and more appreciation.
Yes. In Halloween, we about 135 children came. And then Kali Puja, about 85 devotees attended. Jagaddatri Puja, as usual, it was done in a simple way. And that also, what we do that day, we do simple puja in the morning, and anniversary days we read the lives and teachings of that Swami from their biography.
During the evening vespers.
Huh. Then visit of Swami Aparananda is going on, say 20 to 24, and yeah,
Swami will be back tomorrow. Swami will be back
yes, tomorrow.
Yes. So, old business. Yes. So old business. I think no, that is taken care of, right? Yeah, it's done. Yeah. So all the old business have been taken care of.
Actually, there's not totally true.
Okay. Good.
Under old business, we approved the board minutes by email, and that was very efficient way to get some of this stuff done quickly. I really like that. And number 2, changes to check signers. Terrence and I have yet to go to U.S. Bank and Rivermark to get him off the account and me on. And we have to arrange for a time that works for Uba. He doesn't have to be there with us. But
Janma,
yes,
please take it easy. There is no hurry. When you feel confident, then only.
okay. Okay, just letting you know that that's in process. And then number 3, which is not on the agenda, is the request from the Bauman family to utilize the retreat for meditation events, and that passed by an email vote, and unanimously. But then they sent us information saying that they were going to not do that meditation retreat, and so
That's fine.
Yeah, we're going.
I think no need of mentioning that.
I'll figure that out.
Yeah, logistics problems with flights and people getting here.
That's what to do.
Now, I think that which did not happen,
Did not happen.
no need of writing it did not happen.
Well, I'm going to say that we voted on it, so if they ask again, I don't think we need to
Right.
Re-vote on it.
Right.
We've already said.
Janma is saying something?
I said I'm going to leave it on here saying that it was passed, because if they come up with another date, we don't have to go through this whole thing of
Oh,
making a motion and
I
stuff.
agree. I agree.
We've already said they can do it.
yes.
It will official. Okay. So new business.
Then
I have 2. No, you can go.
Okay, all right. Under new business, I did an hour-and-a-half walkthrough of Holy Mother's house after whatever puja we just had recently, or event. And there are some repairs that needed to be done immediately, and that were done by their registered licensed handyman, and that was great. But those things cost about $100 for Derek the handyman, and Miriam and Toby paid $102 in an income.
no, actually we paid.
I thought Toby and Miriam did. Okay.
No. We
Okay.
reimbursed.
All right.
He asked for it, and we reimbursed.
Okay. So in ranked order, the other things there that still need consideration for the future when we think about budgeting is number 1. The number 1 issue is the electric stove. The 2 back burners only work on very high heats, which is both a risk factor for somebody burning themselves, but it isn't very efficient. Number 2 is the refrigerator. Both freezer and refrigerator have temperature settings that are barely in the safety zone. And both of these appliances, the stove and the fridge, have been repaired before. And some of them may have even been like used ones. And number 3 is the gas furnace. Last repair was successful, but the technician stated that the parts will no longer be available for the gas furnace. So these are 3 kind of big ticket items to keep in mind when we're thinking about budgeting. So that's it.
I think, if time permits, if whoever sees it, then it is better.
Yes, and for the gas furnace, about 2 years back, we did work in our last year actually. We did work with our own furnace, right? This year in the beginning, we did work with our own furnace, so we can get those technicians and do an evaluation because we believe them and we like them to look at that gas furnace and see what is the cost and get an estimate from that, and then we can decide what we want to do, right? We already have the names of the contractors with Devishananda and Ua. And Thomas. So we can at least do the gas furnace thing. Heating is super important, particularly during these winter months. So that is one, I think, and our gas furnace also did not cost us massively. So I think that is one project we can definitely take, right? You need.
Yeah, only thing, let Uwe decide.
Okay, I just.
In regards to,
I wanna know if
decide in
somebody's
regards to what?
Yeah, I
No,
want to need
that,
somebody to make a
electric
motion and define what it is we're asking for them to do. Do we want our furnace technicians to go and examine their furnace even though there's not a problem with it right now, but to make an estimate? Is that what I'm hearing? And if so, would somebody
I
make a
think
motion?
that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea.
Okay, so it's like an evaluation assessment and we'll pay for that.
Yes. So we ask our furnace okay, I'll make the motion. Yes. So I'll make the
What
motion.
I was thinking, Shayan,
Uh-huh.
like all these 3 items, if Uwe sees first, examines, and whatever he recommends, that would be better.
Well,
Okay.
Swamiji, I agree with Cheyenne that we should keep all our furnaces under the same repair company, so we have a unified assessment of our furnaces. So that's why I go along with Cheyenne to have this gentleman come out. In regards to the fridge and the stove, I have a feeling that we should be replacing both of those units because it's going to be very costly to work on those, unless of course we hire some sort of handyman or handyman company, which might be useful to assess how much we can actually salvage those 2 items.
Yeah, that needs to be assessed. So you take a lead on that. But I think for the furnace, I think we can get the evaluation done with our furnace guys.
I agree.
Okay.
And in the next month or so, there's a lot of really good sales, next month and a half. So we might want to, if we do want to purchase the stove and the fridge, we might want to look during that time period.
Okay.
Okay, motion. Okay, so first motion I'll make. Yes, so I'll make the motion to get the furnace evaluated by our furnace technicians. Furnace at Holy Mother's house being evaluated by our own furnace technicians to see what kind of work to be needed. UA will take charge to contact them. UA, are you seconding the motion?
I second the motion.
Okay. And everybody agrees. Everybody agreeing, say aye.
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 Anybody disagree, say no. The motion carries. Okay, and then I think, I do not know whether it's a motion or not, but I think we need to evaluate the stove and the fridge too, right? Or I think that is, I don't think we need to make a motion on that.
Whenever you come here, if you look at it, sometimes,
Yeah.
What happens, many things are like, this should be changed like this. So before changing, I think we should see.
Yeah.
But I am not expert in it. you can see and you can convey whatever you feel, then I think then only we can take it up.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay, so I think we can make a comment that Ua will take a look at the fridge and the stove, and then we will go from that.
Correct.
He'll
Sounds
get
good.
back to us. Okay. So another new business. Few days ago in Holy Mother's house, in front of Holy Mother's house, there was a tree, and the truck ran over the sidewalk and then basically hit the tree, and the tree was in a very precarious state. So, in context of that, we were lucky that by Mother's grace, Joseph Potter came up with all his tools and helped to basically dispose of that tree, cut it, and dispose of that tree. So now it is not anymore a danger to that place. It was completed, and yesterday Toby and Miriam told me about it, and so did Joseph. So thanks to him for volunteering, and he was given some kind of I think something by Toby himself. That's what he mentioned, but he practically volunteered to do that work. So that is one thing that has already been taken care of. It happened quickly and it has been resolved. Oh yes.
Very nice. Good.
Okay. So okay, and now the final thing. This is not new business. This is kind of a status update. So no, it is not a minute thing. It's just an information. Yeah, it is not a minute thing. So this information is about myself. So as you know that in the Portland area recently there has been a lot of changes with my company. Shruti actually has some idea about it. So Intel has decided right now to redeploy me outside of Hillsborough site. Yes, and the
Did they
redeploy
ask us?
and they are thinking of, not thinking actually, they have kind of told me of redeploying me to our Albuquerque, New Mexico site. So no change of business for now, no change of business in December, and no change of business in January. But beyond January, I think there will be some changes for me as I have to figure out the situation of movement. Susie will continue staying in Portland till end of March for sure, and then the decisions will come. So even if I go, I will come here very often and probably continue with board meeting and business till end of March. But beyond end of March, which is the end of our puja season, I cannot say anything. So I just wanted to give an intimation to the board of changes that are coming. Nothing changed. So business as usual now, business as usual in December, business as usual in January, and probably meetings and everything till end of March. But beyond March, things might change. I just wanted to inform you beforehand, like 3 months beforehand, of the changes that might happen. That is only an
Thank you.
information. It's not new business. So that is the thing. I do want to, that is the reason why in the next couple of months, one of my focus would be to work on the archive things as much as possible and take information with me online so that I can keep doing it whatever I am, because it is a writing job. It is not like something that I have to come and do it here. So that is one focus that I will take over this time that I am here. Other than that, I mean, the other projects that I was doing, I mean, they will either continue in their own form, or I mean, there will be a proper pass down. So that is the current thing that I can say. Thank you.
Cheyenne, that is a permanent
Now,
transfer, right?
one thing I say, we pray for you, and whatever is good for you, let that happen. And we firmly believe in Mother. Whatever is for our good, that happens. Okay, so we wish you all the best, all the time.
Thank you.
Is that a permanent transfer?
So permanent means right now definitely, then eventually there will be, like, you know, when things come back up, there will be an option to even look for position back here. But for now, definitely that is the direction.
Okay, I have another new business, I think, with or a discussion with
Closer to Mike.
with Swami D coming back on December 17th through the 19th. Are there any events, any send-off, any satsang planned for him?
There is no
No, I
time.
think he'll be busy,
There is
and
no
send
time.
off we have already given. So I think let that be simple.
No, I
Uh,
actually talked with him. He doesn't
mm,
have time. He comes back on 17th. He literally packs his vina on 18th and then he leaves on 19th.
yeah.
The only time left is 18th evening. So people who want to, they can come probably informally to meet him for half an hour or something. But taking an official event will take the entire 18th evening out of him. He will be ultra jet lagged and going to another situation. So I actually discussed about that with him, that whether he wants anything on 18th. He said that he won't have anything formal.
Okay.
So that was his point. Before he even left, I discussed it with him.
That makes sense. Okay. Anything
Okay,
else?
I have one more item that I needed to mention. And Cheyenne, you probably already know about this. This is the two checks from Dawn and Amber Westland. The donation that Dawn and Amber made of $1,500, and then the almost matching amount from his company, which the temple
No,
received
no.
last night. Thomas.
It has not come yet.
No, it has.
It has not come yet?
Thomas came and gave the checks yesterday.
Huh?
Thomas came and gave the checks yesterday. Those checks are kept. Once you come, you will see it. I have
Oh,
kept
so
them.
I did not know that.
No,
So he,
there were three things that have come. I have kept them safely. I will let you know where I have kept it.
okay. Okay.
What do we do with these checks? Just hold them or return them and wait and see what happens with them?
No, this is a
No, no.
donation.
We'll deposit it.
Okay, sorry, I was
This is straight
mistaken.
out donation.
Pardon?
We'll deposit it in the bank, and we'll wait for that
Over down the street.
matching donation also.
Okay.
The matching donation is already at the temple. It came yesterday as well.
And
both
which
checks.
family is that again? you
Oh,
guys?
both checks. Okay.
It's not the Bauman's. Which family is it, please? Who is this that we're talking about?
Jane, this I didn't hear you well with the microphone, but this is basically Dawn and Amber Westlund. West West and then Lund. Those are neighbors on Gilkison. Dawn's son and Dawn also worked on the bench at Hildegard Shrine, and we have quite a few projects with them together, like blowing Gilkison or working at the retreat together with them. So they're quite involved, infrequently, but still steadily. So they're very good neighbors of ours.
Okay, let me just make sure that I'm tracking you correctly, that the two checks were received from the Don and Amber Westland family with matching
That's
from
correct.
his employer. And what's the approximate amount? I'm just going to make a note of it.
Sure. Don's check was $1,500, and I didn't see it in detail, but I think the check, and Cheyenne helped me out on this, is from the matching from his company. It was like 1,300 and something.
1280, I think, if I remember. So 1500 and 1280.
That's okay. We'll inform that as we receive. We send the Thanksgiving letter also. Okay. Anything else?
I think we just need to establish when the next meeting is.
Oh, good idea.
Last Sunday of December?
29th or the 22nd?
22nd is Mother's Puja. No, we cannot have meeting that day. So we can do 29th. We can do 29th.
29 is good. Okay.
29. Okay, so then 29th.
If it is not snowing, then online.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's snowing, I think definitely online.
Okay, are we done with everything? We can have a motion to adjourn?
Yes, so I make a motion to adjourn the meeting. All in favor say aye.
I,
Um,
Okay, any daring people say no. Aye, I adjourn.
okay, so we close our
Just
session with prayer.
okay, prayer.
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्रीरामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु
Thank you, Swami.
Thank you all, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Terence, for your
Thank you.
presence.
220, 222, that's pretty good, you guys.
Yeah,
That's very good.
Safe travels,
Okay, so-
everyone. Safe travels.
thank you, thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Swami.
Mm.
Thank you,
Holy Mother's
Sutirtha.
Puja is on the
Bye.
22nd.
Yes.
We're going to do the garlands on the 20th. Shoot. Maybe we'll do it on the 21st.
Thank you for doing that. RT stuff, Shana.